Hello and welcome to the semi-final stages in these British Crown Green Pairs Championship. Just to remind you, the action takes place at the East Parade in Rhyl, and the players are chasing the richest prize money in the game. Sponsored by Midland Bank to the tune of £7,000, the winning pair will take home £2,000 of that. And in the first of the semi-finals, Jackie Grimes and Jimmy Collin of Lee in Lancashire meet Altringham's Roy Armson and Armson and Heslop. Armson, of course, teamed up with Noel Burrows to win the event last year. Let's see if he can make it to another final with a new partner. We join the match at the start. Hugh Johns is the commentator, and the expert analysis comes from former British champion Jackie Hunt.
So with Roy Armson looking over his shoulder, little Jackie Grimes sets the first block. Bright sunshine in sunny Rhyl, which has warmed up this green and should have it running very fast and very true. Here's Roy Armson. And Jackie, quite definitely a game here with so much interest for the connoisseurs of crown bowls.
Well, absolutely, because here we've got four of the finest players in the game. Players with wealth of experience, all ex-panel players on the Lancashire professional circuit.
And players who will know each other's style, know each other's capabilities better than anybody else in the game.
Yes, they will indeed. And in particular, Jackie Grimes and Armson and Heslop, who for some 20 years were playing each other nearly every day. So it should be a very, very fine, close game.
Well, the two leads have put some useful woods up there. Here's the back players. Jimmy Collin round the back. Armson and Heslop, knowing that his partner has got the winning bowl up there at the moment. Big swinging curve on that bowl. Jimmy gets set straight, just knocked his own out.
Norman, you please yourself. With two without that, or you were a yard over, just play. Just play for one if you want, you're only a yard over, or you're not...
Roy saying, come whichever way you like. But I think Norman is shaping to turn his bowl over, come down the other road. That bowl's standing up, going too heavy to allow the buyers to do anything for him at all. But the blues of Armson and Heslop start off with one on the board. Would you anticipate, Jackie, that the tactics of setting the land for each block will be very much different in both cases here?
Yes, it will. Roy Armson, in fact, will go for the type of length he's just set at the moment, and that is about 35 yards, a swinging peg mark. He'll try and keep Grimes and Collin out of the corners because they've played so well in this tournament on the longer lengths. And Grimes in particular has been magnificent in the early games.
Now Roy needs to improve by about a yard on his first bowl. Has improved a little, has improved a lot, has got a beauty. A little Jackie, whose impatience is part of his game, has his bowl on its travel before Roy Armson's has stopped. And once again, Armson and Heslop able to stand on that footer with some confidence, knowing that his partner has already dropped a winning bowl in. And Norman has found another one. So immediately pressure on Lancashire County bowler Jimmy Collin. He might have one here if it can squeeze through. Oh, cut away. Cut away underneath just a little bit too early. That's on a good road too. That's 3 crackers.
I think we'll see Collen possibly having a go here.
Here it comes. He's cut it away underneath. So 3 more for the Blues of Armson and Heslop.
So a confident start for Armson and Heslop, already 4-0 up. And they're still very much in command when we rejoin the game at the 7th end, with the Altrincham pair now 6-2 ahead.
As is customary, the man who has possession of the footer and the jack shows it to the other lead bowler. Make quite sure he knows which hand it's going out on, which way it's going to peg.
Roy Armson's playing the same length as he's been playing before, but he is switching around the green a little bit, and I think this is confusing Grimes. He's tended to play short again there. Very good tactical play by Roy, not letting them get used to one mark at all.
Round the back. As with every form of the game of bowls, really you've got to be up. Jackie was up. He's drifted it back onto in the direction of the blue bowl at the back, but I'm quite sure that the red bowl is closest at this moment. Norman going through hard and strong. He's got the red bowl. Yes, he's taken it out. So now blue are holding it.
That was a great bowl from Heslop because he changed his peg, and he had to be exactly the right pace to do that.
Norman will have to look for a big peg in with this bowl. The blocks in front of it. He's dropped in for 2. So Jimmy Collin looking for a saving bowl here. He'll not be far away. He's got it, but where does it wind up? Yes, a fine bowl then from Jim Collin.
Well, all 4 players living up to expectations here. Some great bowling, but I think particularly from Norman Heslop, who has been quite outstanding so far.
I think before the quarter-final matches started, Jackie, Heslop and Armson were basically the favourites for this competition, but in some respects we might be even playing the final here.
Oh, absolutely, yes. Yes, this should be a very tight finish. Well, he likes this one. They just tend to trickle a little bit in this part of the green. You can see the brown edges, and it is the fastest corner on the green.
Gone out, Jim.
Roy got his length right with his first bowl. Just needs to correct his line a bit. I think he has done. Just maybe gone out. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, I would say, with those two. Jimmy, nice weight.
Hold it, Jimmy.
Yes, that's definitely the winning bowl at the moment. Norman wanting the slope to take that bowl down another yard.
1 yard short.
It looks to be travelling a little fast.
The ball backer, 1 yard short. Wait a minute. Norman.
Roy, as Norman waits
Chance of 3 without that.
for Roy to
But you might just...
Well, Heslop trying to get that ball out on Armson's instructions. Difficult ball to play.
he's missed it.
I think it is. Content with 1 anyway.
1 it is for Grimes and Collin. What is important, it's the opportunity for Jackie Grimes to explore and exploit the other diagonal. And I think it's worth reiterating, Jackie, isn't it, that this particular corner poses a lot of problems to the bowlers.
Yes, it is very difficult for a length here. We found from all the other previous games, in fact, that there's not been many close bowls in this corner, but Jackie Grimes has just played one.
Oh, beautiful.
Beautiful ball.
You had your problems going into that corner yourself, Jack.
Yes, I did. In fact, I had problems going into all corners.
I think what happens here is that if you're on a dead length, okay, but if you're just a foot strong and go past the jack, the slope swings you away by about another 1.5 yards, 2 yards sometimes.
That's right, and it is very bare in the corner. If you get through the green part, in fact, and you pass the jack, your ball could very well finish up in the ditch.
Nice stiff breeze along the front here this morning, and that again, although it cools the bowlers, adds to the things that they have to take into consideration, the effect that it has on the running bowl.
Very good effort by Roy Armson. He had to be up and just kissed Jackie Grimes' ball. In fact, it's made it more difficult to beat because it's placed now behind the jack.
One down. About 14 inches behind the jack.
Now Norman Heslop's changed his bowl there because you can see the line that that ball is setting, that in fact he played exactly the right peg to try and lodge that ball out. He's got no chance on the finger bias.
So the Reds are holding 2 at the moment. Is this a saving bowl from Norman, or is he going to try and get rid of the red bowl? He's trying to get a dead length bowl in there. It's held up for him. It's held up for him.
Red one.
So he cut it down anyway. And yet another one for the red partnership of Grimes and Collin. So the gap closed to just one shot now.
A gritty fight back then by Grimes and Collin. Join us after the break to see if they can keep up the good work.
TSB, the bank that likes to say yes.
Building up, bit by bit, brick by brick. TSB.
TSB.
Wedding bells, grand hotels, treat yourself, save TSB. Looking back, you'll agree, it pays to save. TSB.
TSB.
When you want your pounds to grow, you need a bank that's in the know.
Come and see TSB. TSB, the bank that likes to say yes.
When you get brassed off by the endless grind of the day's toil, try the D treatment. The quality blend of Brook Bond D refreshes your rivets. Its strength and flavour revives your aching joints. In short, the D treatment makes you feel human again.
Antique dealers, an exciting new opportunity for you to enter a permanent antique market at Temple Street, Newport. Contact Mr. Sims today for details.
Welcome back to the action then, with Altringham's Roy Armson and Norman Heslop now just one ahead at 6-5. We rejoin the game at the 10th end.
Very good lead from Grimes again.
Looks as though Armson and Heslop are going to have to work a bit to try and get that block back in their hands. Roy is trying desperately hard there. I think he's probably won it. Jackie's not going to be short with that. So the front men have finished. Now it's time for Collin and Heslop to take over. So now, Collin, having removed his partner's ball, the Blues are holding 2. Norman way down underneath it.
You're only a foot over on the road. Wait a minute.
My word, I think he's left it.
Well, there's 2 there now for Norman Heslop, as he looks some 50-odd, nearly 60 yards down the green. If he can take a little bit off, he's too strong. Well, a slight error of judgment there by both Grimes and Collin on that end. Reminder, if you haven't seen crown bowls before, that the difference, one of the basic differences, of course, between this game and the flat game, the jack in this game has the same bias as the bowls.
That's
Lovely
a great ball. Great ball from Jackie Grimes. Because we're on new territory here, Roy Armson has taken them on a new piece of land, and to find the length, the line, was a superb ball by Grimes then.
Roy's cut underneath it. Didn't have the legs anyway. Very, very big slope to swing that bowl down. Not a very high crown on this green, but there's quite a dip away on this particular piece of land.
Unlucky ball by Heslop there. He had to be up. I don't think there's any danger for Jimmy Collin. He should try and get another at this stage. The 3 behind. He's played the other peg. It's just gone round the back, but could be a good ball there. It's a little bit wide.
Still two for Grimes and Collin. Collin with his last ball. Gone out, they'll settle for 2. So once again the gap closes up to just one shot.
Jackie Grimes hoping to improve on his previous bowl. Certainly far enough.
We're obviously waiting for Jackie Grimes to clear out of the way. Remember, he got a winner in this corner last time. And he's got the winner, at least the winner out of the first 4 bowls. Yes, and there's the winner then.
Superb ball by Collin.
A real blue-eyed bowl that Norman Heslop gazes down at.
Norman Heslop didn't hesitate at all there. He changed his peg and deliberately went for the red ball, but couldn't find the line.
Measure for 2, Robin. Lay off yours.
If Jimmy Collin can find one here, a chance for the Reds to go into the lead. Now it's just a single, so at this moment the scores are level, but Norman Heslop has 1 bowl in his hand. One and a measure for 2 in the opinion of Roy Armson at this moment. So Norman Heslop has got to draw an absolute dead length here. Well, it's definitely one. And it is a measure for two.
That's 2.
So the Reds get 2, and in fact they go into the lead to Grimes and Collin for the first time in the match. And quite predictably, the wee man, Jackie Grimes, from Lee in Lancashire, whose usual partner is Ingham Gregory, who came in to join Collin, Jimmy Collin, when his partner, Len Higginbottom, had to pull out of the competition. It's a fair old bowl out at that distance. It's a long, long way across the diagonal of this green here in Rhyl. A green, Jackie, that I think the bowlers reckon to be a very fair green.
Very fair green, because it's always in good condition, the surface is good, and the crown is not too high, so it's not too difficult to play. So it's fair to all players. But surprisingly difficult for a length on occasions, as the green is today. It's very green around the middle, but along the edges it's quite brown. So once you get through the green, the bowls start to trickle. This looks good from Armson. He's really found one.
Excellent ball.
He'll be very pleased with that, because he knows how difficult it is to beat, and also how difficult it is for line and length in this corner.
Jimmy, who's just celebrated his 56th birthday, looking for a banger. Catch it quick. So, nothing picked up there. There's Norman. Strong, he'll be round the back, so far round the back that he's in the gutter. And again, Jimmy Collin fires one down there, and he'll get something. And he got his own bowl, knocked a couple out. Now, it should not be too difficult at all for Norman Heslop to get a second in here. The nearest red bowl still on the green is a long, long way. Oh, well. His own bowl got in the way. So, definitely one. And the only other two bowls left on the green there now.
Yeah.
Which is shortest. So the Blues, Armson and Heslop, satisfied with a single, and we're all squared off again.
Well, Roy's decided on a change here. He's played quite a long length, but he's cut the corner. He's playing on a thumb peg mark, and he's short. Real chance for Jackie Grimes to step in.
Difficult for bowlers to readjust every time, isn't it, Jack? After going on almost a 60-yard trot across the diagonal to cut back to a totally different length.
Very difficult. Not so difficult for the chap who's leading the jack, as Roy did on this particular end. but because he's got a feel of the length of the jack, but the other player is very difficult indeed. And it's particularly difficult for the people playing at the back, who of course never have a feel at the jack.
Oh, Jackie's found one there. Norman had made up his mind what he was going to do even before Jackie Graham's bowl had finished its travel. Well, that'll be two. Norman's last chance to change it. Jackie, like a traffic policeman, holding up his hand. And the way is right. And wide open for Jimmy Collin to drop in a third here. But he's short. Desperately short. Two it is. A slightly wasted opportunity then. He's got his length right. Again, it's going to be difficult to judge length more than line in this little section. The jack itself no more than 4.5, 5 feet from the gutter. If you go past, you'll go a long way past, which is what's happened to Roy Armson. Roy coming down the top side and has compensated wildly. He's way, way short.
Oh, Jimmy Collen's not short.
He's through and out and gone. Time for big Norman Heslop to step in. Whoa, 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 whoa. I could have won it as Jackie Grimes' opinion. Will not be far away, but it's just won it. Heslop now with a positive. Oh, no, 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 no.
Well, I think all the players will be disappointed with that end.
From a 6-2 lead, Armson and Heslop but now dropped behind by 3 shots at 12-9. Jackie Grimes bounced that one away. It should mean that its travel will be restricted and won't reach. Roy isn't going to reach either.
Jackie Grimes changed his peg here to try and keep out of the way of the bowls. That was a nice little hit. He's made himself two.
he's not going to reach. Roy, this last couple of ends, quite a lot of difficulty with his length. Jimmy coming in to win it with that bowl and to give the Reds 3 at the moment. Norman underneath, wanting to peg back up against the slope. Well, it's difficult to tell who actually has it at the moment. Jackie Grimes contemplating it, Jimmy Collin waiting.
Jimmy Collin running this bowl in. Needs to run. He's left it short.
Norman waiting to have a decision from Roy Armson.
He's decided to play the other way in on the finger peg. Looks heavy. Oh, well.
May very well have won it with that one. Yes, he has.
It's rather fortunate.
Oof.
So a fine effort there from Jackie Grimes and Jimmy Collin, coming right back to take the lead. But can they keep it up? Join us after the break to find out.
To be sure of serving a real coffee more people will enjoy than any other. Simply serve the blend of real coffee more people buy than any other. Lyons Original.
Surprising how it had mounted up. So we opened an extra interest account at our bank, Lloyd's Bank. That way we could save what we'd put by, but spend the extra interest on our interests. It was something she'd always wanted, and I knew it would give her pleasure. We've still got money for a rainy day, and life is full of extra interest. The extra interest account from Lloyd's, a thoroughbred amongst banks.
Introducing new Silverquin with aloe vera for everyone who washes their hair.
Time after time. Time after time.
New Silverquin gives you the mild natural extract of the aloe vera plant.
Time after time.
One of the new look Silverquin shampoos. Silverquin with aloe vera.
Time after time.
Marmite on toast, thanks.
Mum. It's Mum's birthday.
Are you sure Mum wants all this Marmite?
Of course she does. She really likes it.
Marmite's a real family favourite. The boys have enjoyed it since they were babies. It's all the goodness of yeast, the richest natural source of vitamin B.
Happy birthday! Oh, presents! And Marmite on toast?
And so much of it.
Marmite, the growing up spread you never grow out of.
After a slow start then, Grimes and Collin now find themselves in the lead. They're 12-10 in front when we rejoin the game at the 17th end.
Looking for useful opening lead from Roy Armson. In fact, a beautiful, beautiful lead. Bolt standing up for him. Jackie cutting that way, way underneath. That one's cut away. It's on a good road.
Nice line.
That was a fine ball. It certainly made it difficult for Norman Heslop. Though if he can play strong enough onto the red ball of Jimmy Collin, they still could get 2 out of it, the Blues, and level the scores. He'll not be far away.
Oh, it's a magnificent ball by him.
Superb. Yes, he's got the 2 he wanted, and so we got level scores.
I think many players there would have been content to try and block the way.
Well, I anticipated the score. Jimmy Collin made no improvement on the situation.
Roy Armson thinking about it. I'm sure he'll play something like 35, 40 yards again. Just coming out of the corner.
In a situation that after 17 ends of bowling, with no dead ends at all in it, we're actually starting the game all over again at 12-12.
Another good lead by Armson.
Jackie trying to come in top side. Travel of the ball falling off at the moment that he wanted the bias to take over and drag it down. Armson taking a slightly tighter line, but a very good length. Got a touch and ran out.
Well, he's got to stop. Just gone.
Norman on a good line and length here. Go on a little bit more, a little bit more. Good try. Unlucky. Could very well be here that Heslop and Armson are holding a couple here.
Well, Grimes thinks they've got 4, so this is a real pressure ball for Collin.
full house unless Jimmy Collin can do something about it, and he's going to be
Needs to
short.
run.
He's going to be short. Jackie kicks that one away. Four it is. Well, that was a killer. Well, what does that do now for A, the confidence of Roy Armson and Norman Heslop, and B, the morale of Jackie Grimes and Jim Collin? Roy Armson and Norman Heslop, the favourites in many people's minds for this Midlands Bank title. They've had to fight all the way in this semi-final match, but now they've got a 4 shots lead. Jackie Grimes showing that it's not put him off at all. Roy Armson, the challenge thrown down to him by that bowl of Jackie Grimes. Very nearly shifted it. Little Jack following his bowl in. The laws say not only must you keep a metre away from your running bowl, but you should keep out of the way so that the man on the footer can follow the path of the bowl. But panel bowlers who have been doing this sort of thing for a living for something over 20 years know just where to stand from time to time to make sure the chap behind you can't see what's happening. Norman's dropped one in. Looks as though he's won it. Jimmy needing to get a wick off his own bowl. If Norman could trail this Jack back, the Blues could be lying another 4. He's done it. Well, they're certainly lying 3. I think possibly the blue bowler way to the left is out of the count. But here's another pressure situation for Jimmy Collin.
I think Collin may be thinking of having a go here.
And there she goes on a very bumpy road. And it is 3 more for the Blues, so suddenly a dramatic change in this game, as in 2 ends, a 4 and a 3 puts Armson and Heslop within 2 shots of the final. So Roy Armson sets what he hopes is going to be the last mark in this really exciting semi-final.
This mark is even more difficult than the last one because he's set the Jack about a yard on the edge and it's quite fast at that particular point.
Oh, well bowled, Jackie. Roy looks a little strong here. Yes, he is. And that one's on a fair travel too.
Needs to stop.
So the lead bowlers were only able to leave a bowl apiece on the green. And here come the backup men. Jimmy Collin needs to leave some bowls on the green here, Because Jackie Grimes' bowl is so close to the ditch that Norman Heslop may already have his eye on it. Think about knocking it over. Norman on a nice strong line. Has he got it? He aimed for it. Oh, and he just missed it.
Collin's got to try and get another one here to get them back in the game. Left it short.
So the Reds have 2. Grimes and Collin are still alive. Now that Jackie Grimes has the block back in his hands, he will be desperately hoping that he and his partner could put a little run together here now. They're 5 behind. It's a fair lead out, a couple of feet away from the jack. Roy's got a good line, but hadn't got the legs to carry on. Jack likes that a bit, but no. Almost exactly a mirror reflection bowl of his first one. Jackie put two fingers up to his ears then. A slight sense of devilment about it, or was he signalling that he's holding 2? The Reds feeling a little happier now. They could be closing the gap up, but they still have to contend with Norman Heslop.
Good ball.
That's
by
the winner.
Heslop.
This is an important ball by Jimmy Collin. He's gone through out the back. A chance here for Norman Heslop to drop in the match-winning ball. It's on its travel. If it misses that ball, it's in for the 2 they need. Yes, it is. Norman Heslop drops in the 2 balls that wins this semi-final and sends Roy Armson and Norman Heslop into the final, winning it 21-14.
The Altrincham partnership of Roy Armson and Norman Heslop, then, the first pair through to the final. But who joins them there? Next week we'll find out when we see the second semi-final. Martin Codd and Tony Poole of Shrewsbury taking on Wigan's Jim Dauber and Bernard Marrow. See you then.